The late 90s were a strange time for rock music. Grunge had faded, and punk pop was crashing into the mainstream. One band, DeLonge 182, led the charge, using humor, catchy hooks, and a little bit of chaos.
But did you know that one of their biggest hits almost didn't happen the way we know it? Today on Rockspire, we're breaking down the story behind all the small things, the hit song, the hilarious music video, and the surprising doubts the band had along the way.
Before we dive in, don't forget to hit the bell icon and select all notifications. Many subscribers tell us they miss our new uploads. Don't let that happen to you. Now, let's jump into it. The 90s began with rock music as an emotional outlet. Grunge bands like Nirvana, Pearl Jam, and Alice in Chains sang about pain, frustration, and sorrow. A stark contrast to the party anthems of the 80s. But by the mid-90s, punk started taking over the charts with bands like Green Day, Rancid, and The Offspring. They were loud, fast, and didn't take themselves too seriously. Blink-182 was part of this next wave, but not everyone was a fan. Blink's 1995 album Cheshire Cat helped them build an underground following with its rough charm. By 1997, they hit it big with Dude Ranch, powered by the breakout single, Damn It. The album went platinum, but behind the scenes, things weren't perfect. They parted ways with original drummer Scott Rayner due to his substance issues, a split that inspired their song, Man Overboard. During the 1998 Snowcore tour, Blink played alongside Primus and the Aquabats. It was there they recruited Aquabats drummer Travis Barker as a temporary fill-in, but soon, he became a permanent member. With a new lineup and a proper recording budget from MCA Records, they entered the studio to work on what would become Enema of the State. Recording started in October 1998. The band now faced more pressure than ever. Celebrity brought distractions. Girls hanging outside the studio, kids sneaking in for autographs, a far cry from their earlier DIY days. Working with renowned producer Jerry Finn, who first collaborated with them on the track, Mud, for the American Pie soundtrack, pushed the band creatively. Finn encouraged them to experiment, even suggesting adding keyboards to some songs, something Blink was initially nervous about. Keyboardist Roger Joseph Manning Jr. was brought in to layer tracks like What's My Age? Again, Adam's Song, and of course, All the Small Things. Interestingly, All the Small Things was one of the last songs written for the album. Guitarist Tom DeLonge admitted he wrote it thinking the label would want a radio-friendly song. But beneath the catchy na-na-nas, the song is actually a love letter to his then-girlfriend, Jennifer Jenkins. Touring while falling in love was hard, and DeLonge captured that feeling in the track. DeLonge later reflected that he thought his vocals sounded childish, joking that he sounded like a 4-year-old, but that didn't stop the song from becoming a massive hit. He was even surprised at how often it's still celebrated today, calling it ironic compared to heavier tracks by other bands. What's My Age Again was released first and did well, peaking at number 58 on the Billboard Hot 100. But it was All the Small Things that exploded, peaking at number 6 on the Hot 100, staying in the top 10 for 20 weeks, and topping the Modern Rock Tracks chart for 8 weeks. The song became a global phenomenon, hitting top charts in the UK, Italy, Ireland, Austria, Sweden, and Australia. Now, let's talk about the music video. Arguably one of the funniest parodies ever made. Directed by Marco Siga, who had already worked on What's My Age Again. The video hilariously spoofed pop icons of the time, including the Backstreet Boys, 98 Degrees, Britney Spears, and Christina Aguilera. Here's the twist. The parody idea wasn't even Blink's, it was Siga's. Initially, the band wasn't convinced. They worried it wasn't funny and didn't feel confident spoofing pop acts they barely followed. Mark Hoppus later admitted, "I remember at the end of shooting thinking, this isn't funny. No one's going to like it." But Siga's eye for satire nailed it. He even threw in tiny details. like giving the band members fake bad teeth, poking fun at the overly polished image of boy bands. The video was shot over 2 days at Van Nuys Airport and Santa Monica Beach. And the result? All the Small Things won Best Group Video at the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards and became a defining visual of late 90s pop culture. Despite their massive success, Blink-182 weren't exactly critical darlings. Detractors came not just from punk purists but from other rock icons, too. Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails once referred to them as, quote, a bunch of silly boys, an imitation of a comedy act. Bassist Mark Hoppus shrugged off the criticism, telling Kerrang! The only people I care about getting respect from are the kids. Being thought of as a joke band is better than being thought of as an art band or a heavy band. Their mission was simple: have fun, and bring joy to their fans. All the Small Things captured the spirit of Blink-182 perfectly, not taking themselves too seriously while creating something that connected with millions. A song written half as a joke, with na-na-nas because Tom DeLonge couldn't think of words, turned into a cultural anthem that still gets covered today. And that, Rockspire family, is the magic of Blink-182. Sometimes, the songs you doubt the most become the ones the world can't get enough of. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button, subscribe, and leave us a comment on what iconic rock story you want next. Until then, stay loud, stay rebellious, and keep rocking with Rockspire. God bless.